From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Good morning and happy Friday. We have another cooler day that's on tap for today, but temperatures warming up to around 80 degrees by Monday, so a much warmer weekend, and then temperatures going back down as rain chances pick up in another round of winds that we'll have as we head into next week. But there still will be frost and freeze potential for tonight, but it's much lower as opposed to what we just saw last night. So first of all, this is what we're experiencing for this morning. It's 28 in Yakima. It's 35 for Sunnyside. Yakima right now is technically the only spot, other than Connell, is the only spot either at or below freezing. So not as cold as what we were originally thinking, but we still have another hour to get a little bit colder out there. Today's high temperature is going to end up in the 50s and 60s, a little bit below normal for this time of the year. If you plan on headed out to Geisa Stadium for tonight, for the Dust Devils, temperature is going to be in the 40s and 50s throughout the duration of the game, so you'll definitely want to bundle up out there. For tonight, dropping down, lower elevations dropping down into the 30s, most of us above freezing. So again, that frost and freeze potential not going to be as high, but look at these overnight lows, mid-50s by Tuesday night. What's the deal with that? Well, it's this, highs up around 80 by Monday. We'll talk about that coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
And right now, speed cameras are slowing drivers down in Washington work zones, but soon those warnings turn into fines. How much it could cost you and when enforcement begins. Plus, a deadly crash on Interstate 84 claims the life of a West Richland man. Police say the motorcycle hit a government vehicle stopped in traffic. What we know about the investigation this morning. And families heading to Yakima parks may notice something missing this season. What budget cuts forced the city to shut down and how residents are reacting. All the details you need to know coming up on Good Morning Northwest.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good Friday morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Wendy Redman. Your time is 6:02. We begin this morning with a crime alert out of Kennewick. Police are warning about an ongoing phone scam targeting local residents. Here's what we know. They say scammers are calling people claiming to be with the Benton County Sheriff's Office or Kennewick Police, and they say you have an outstanding warrant. They then demand immediate payment to fix the issue. Officers say that's a red flag. Police will never ask for payment over the phone or demand payment through wire transfers, gift cards, or Bitcoin. They also won't ask for your social security number or banking information. If you get one of these calls, hang up immediately and contact Kennewick Police. Looking to the roads now, where work zone speed cameras in Washington are slowing drivers down, but soon they will come with a price. State officials say speeding in some construction zones has dropped from more than 60% to around 30% during this enforcement. The program launched last year and has issued about 65,000 infractions, most of them warnings. But starting July 1st, first-time offenders will face a $125 fine, with repeat violations costing nearly $250. Officials say the goal is safety as work zone crashes and deadly collisions remain a concern. Drivers are urged to slow down and stay alert in construction zones. We are learning more this morning about a deadly crash in Oregon. State police say a West Richland man was killed in a crash on Interstate 84 near the Dalles. They say the incident involved a government vehicle. Troopers were called just before noon Tuesday and say they found a motorcyclist hit the back of an Oregon Department of Transportation vehicle. Investigators say the ODOT vehicle was stopped in the left lane to protect a street sweeper ahead. The motorcyclist, 38-year-old Ryan King, was pronounced dead at the scene. The ODOT driver, we are told, was not hurt. Your time is 6:04. In Franklin County, commissioners released their one-year report on the controversial decision to strip jail oversight from Sheriff Jim Raymond. The county created a new Department of Corrections after a state audit found financial problems. Corrections Chief Keelan Harmon says the jail now has full state accreditation and better staffing, but Sheriff Raymond maintains the split creates safety risks.
We passed with 100%, not 90, not 80, and have to go before a board and explain why we're at 96%, not 100, but 100%.
Harmon reports staffing improved from more than 20 vacancies to just 2. Use of force incidents dropped from 60 to 23 this year as well. Raymond argues the Corrections Department oversteps its authority. 1 year after the heated vote, the disagreement continues, and of course we'll keep you posted on any developments there. Now to Yakima, where city leaders are taking action to help better protect children from drug exposure, passing a new local law. Yakima City Council approved the new ordinance that makes it a gross misdemeanor to expose a child to controlled substances, including drugs like fentanyl. The idea came from Councilwoman Juliet Petrakis, a mother of 5. Council members say the change gives law enforcement a stronger tool to respond to cases involving child safety.
It's a big deal for any parent in the community, but this last legislative cycle, or maybe the one before that, they were presented with a bill to actually make exposing a child to a controlled substance a felony. And controlled substances like fentanyl or some of these other things. And they decided not to.
Under the new law, offenders could face up to 364 days in jail and a $5,000 fine. City leaders say, while some wanted to see it go even further, making it a felony would require action from the state. Continuing our coverage in Yakima, where budget cuts are hitting the Yakima Parks Department, with park bathrooms now closed for the foreseeable future. Apple Valley News Now's Caleb Stipkovitz tells us how residents are reacting and what it will take to bring the bathrooms back.
Sisters Molly and Augusta say they grew up loving the Yakima park system.
My mom lives about a block away, and this was a park that we went to often, huge part of our lives.
But after learning that Yakima's park bathrooms are going to be closed during this year's warm months, the pair says that they are surprised. The move is the result of $9 million in 2026 budget cuts made by the city, which includes hundreds of thousands of dollars cut from the Parks Department's maintenance money. The way things currently stand, park bathrooms will have no funding for the rest of the year, leaving people with nowhere to go.
And this move has a lot of Yakima residents concerned over what's going to happen when the parks get busy as summer comes in.
We were here just a couple days ago, so I guess it was maybe after school let out, but there were so many people using the courts and the park, and I don't know, I think it's a real shame. Makes me really sad.
It would be a shame for other people not to have access and have build the same memories with their family and friends.
Yakima Mayor Matt Brown says that there still is a chance that the bathrooms can get back open this year. He says that the city council is looking at possible solutions, but had to table the conversation in order to secure funds for Fire Station 92.
We passed the targeted utility tax for the fire station. That is now taken off the place. So now we're looking at how we can rethink on how to get those bathrooms back open.
Mayor Brown says that the city council is united in wanting to reopen the bathrooms to the public. He says that it just comes down to how they can still balance the budget. From Yakima, Caleb Stipkovitz, Apple Valley News Now.
The earliest time the Yakima City Council can discuss new funding for the bathrooms is at its next meeting, April 21st. Still to come on Good Morning Northwest, we are talking sports as 3 local coaches are being recognized at the highest level in Washington. All from the Yakima Valley and all longtime rivals on the court. How their legacies are now coming together. And we'll have a look at your Kraken player profile of the week. That's all coming up, including your weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth on the other side of the break as we leave you with this live look from Richland.
It's time to see Walkers in a whole new way during the grand reopening sales event this week at all locations, as they showcase their newly remodeled stores with modern new looks and designs filled with fun new furniture items and beautiful outdoor furniture showrooms with outdoor patio sets and fire pits made for the Northwest. Plus, special financing is available, so you can get it today and pay for it over time. This week at all Walkers Furniture locations.
Even if you have moderate to severe eczema, you can feel the rhythm, feel the flow. And Dupixent helps you feel the heal. It helps calm the key source of inflammation under the skin that can cause eczema. Some adults saw fast itch relief after the first dose and long-lasting clear skin at 1 year. Many even saw 90% clear skin. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Stay ahead of eczema and help heal your skin from within. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent today.
Remember 1981? Car payments were $200, maybe $300 a month? Yeah, we missed that. During our 45th anniversary, we're not bringing back the 17% interest rates or the hairstyles, but we are bringing back something better. Payments that actually make sense. Drive home a new Honda with modern tech, safety, and reliability with real offers that work today. Enter to win $4,500 for you and $4,500 for a local nonprofit. Stop by any McCurley location to enter. No purchase necessary. McCurley Honda, your way home.
Slow down, look around, feel at home. Kittitas County invites you to experience the heart of small town life. From sunrise coffee stops and welcoming Main Street stays to scenic trails, family-owned restaurants, local wineries, hometown breweries, handcrafted shops, and more. Plan your small town getaway with the Love Local Passport, a curated guide to the best of Kittitas County. Download the Passport, plan your stay for a true small town escape at centralwashingtonoutdoor.com.
This newscast sponsored by Multicare Yakima Memorial Hospital. Excellence you can trust. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Our high temperatures are going to be up around 80 degrees by Monday. But that's going to feel like a far reach when you experience today's weather. Now, it's going to be a very nice day. Plenty of blue skies out there, lots of sunshine, but temperature is going to have a hard time even making it to 60 degrees in the Yakima Valley. So we'll go ahead and take you on a zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast. We start off up in the Cascades. High is going to be in the 40s and 50s. And then for the Kittitas Valley, going with a high of 57. In Ellensburg, look, we will have some pretty light breezes across the map for today. Definitely nothing in comparison to what we saw for yesterday. A bunch of 61s on the map up and down the Yakima Valley. And then for the lower Columbia Basin, most of us around 60 degrees as well. For the Blue Foothills, mid to upper 50s. And then for the highest terrain in the Blue Mountains, we're looking at 40s and 50s. So a nice day in general. And then as we take a look at some of the temperatures as we head into this weekend, look, in the Yakima Valley, pretty close to 70 for Saturday, 75 for Sunday, and pretty close to 80 by Monday. That's going to be about 15 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. But those temperatures do come back down. Not as cool as what we're seeing for today, but still dropping back down to around 70 degrees by next Wednesday and Thursday. And that is going to coincide with rain chances going up, wind gusts going up. We'll talk about both those aspects to the forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Time now for your local sports. 3 coaches from the Yakima Valley are being inducted into the Washington Girls Basketball Coaches Hall of Fame. The coaches include Andy Affolter, who won more than 400 games between coaching Mabton and Granger High School. Alyssa Goins, longtime LaSalle head coach, who won 3 state titles over her 17 years of coaching. And Brandy Valadez, who spent 13 seasons as Zilla's head coach before passing away due to a battle with cancer.
I was watching TV with my wife and I did get a little emotional. I actually did. My chin got a little quiffy and I showed my wife and I got emotional. It was nice to know that other people noticed.
Just really honored and humbled. I mean, I know that it's my name that gets put on there as a Hall of Fame coach, but it's really this program. It's the kids who made up the program.
The trio of coaches will be inducted into the Hall of Fame during a ceremony, and that is on Saturday, May 9th at Gonzaga Prep in Spokane. Skating on over to Seattle now for your Kraken player profile of the week. This week, one player's story is showing what happens when patience finally pays off at the highest level. For Kaapo Kakko, leaving New York wasn't just a trade. It was a chance to finally unlock his elite potential. Our very own Jake Gable has a look at his transition from Madison Square Garden to the Emerald City.
The Kraken Player Profile, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
For years, Kaapo Kakko carried the weight of being a number 2 overall pick for the New York Rangers. A natural playmaker with a rare international pedigree, having won triple gold, the Finnish winger was always waiting for the right fit. That fit arrived on December 18th, 2024, when he was traded to the Seattle Kraken. In the Pacific Northwest, Kakko finally found his rhythm. He used his 6'3" frame and elite hockey IQ to carve out a career-best 44-point season, proving he could be more than just a defensive, reliable forward. His resurgence earned him a 3-year, $13.5 million extension in the summer of 2025, cementing him as a pillar of the Kraken's future. Though a preseason hand injury briefly sidelined him, Kakko's game remains defined by a quiet composure. He doesn't play with a sense of rush. He simply reads the ice, protects the puck in the tightest spaces, and waits for the perfect moment to strike. In Seattle, the Finnish phenom is finally turning potential into production. Jake Gable, Apple Valley News Now.
The Kraken take on the Vegas Golden Knights tonight at 7 on My Network TV, channel 35.5 in Yakima and 42.5 in the Tri-Cities. It's 6:17, still ahead on Good Morning Northwest. Chief Meteorologist Josh Culbreth has a look at your Friday forecast, hoping your day is off to a great start. Here's a live look into Kennewick this morning, and one of the things Josh needs to talk about is rain chances returning. He'll time that out for you after the break.
I have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, but thanks to Skyrizi and Clearer Skin, I'm all in. Most people saw 90% clearer skin from head to toe. Skyrizi is only 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Nothing on my skin means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi.
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest savings book. Watch for it in your mailbox. All Skechers men's and women's shoes are just $49.99 a pair. Jumbo 6-pack Wave Petunias are sale priced at $5.99. Filthy Rich Bark Mulch and Bi-Mart bagged soils are $6.99 each. In automotive, find Mobil One's 5-quart full synthetic oil, sale priced at $22.99. And stock up on pantry favorites, including Seattle's best coffee for just $5.99. Plus, find even more savings in store with our extra member discounts only at Bi-Mart.
This is our new home.
Mission control, engine lock.
Call you after.
I'll be right next to you.
Your special day starts with the one dress that makes everything else disappear. Adore Formal Wear and Bridal Boutique in Pasco carries wedding gowns, prom dresses, quinceañera gowns, something for every size, every style, every budget. The dress that was made for you shouldn't feel out of reach. Find yours at shopadoreformalwear.com.
Austin Reed is a television news leader with a passion for unique stories that have affected positive change for more than 20 years.
Get the best local news coverage every day, right here.
Wendy Redmond, Austin Reed, Stacey Lee, Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Next live from Vanderpump Villa, Lisa Vanderpump.
plus Ben Allers. And we're cooking with Chef Eric Ripert.
I wish people at home could smell this.
I think they can.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Mariners, Rangers, first pitch at 6:40 tonight on Apple Valley News Now. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Rain chances going up as we head into next week. That's going to make temperatures go back down and wind gusts will surge back up. So lots of moving parts in this forecast, but our weather is going to be quiet over the next handful of days with temperatures going up because of this area of high pressure, but eventually this high pressure going to break down and it'll succumb to some of these storm systems off in the Pacific. So here's what those rain chances will look like in the Tri-Cities from Tuesday through Thursday. You see just 20 to 40% chances for now. And in terms of accumulating rainfall from this round, 5 p.m. on Tuesday to 5 a.m. next Thursday, we're looking at 0.2 to 0.3 inches of rainfall for the basin. Beneficial stuff. Around a half an inch of rainfall for the Blue Foothills, if not a little bit more, and the Blues are definitely going to see the most moisture from this. But what we really need up in the mountains is snowfall. We're just not going to get that much in the next week, at least as things stand for now. This is a preliminary forecast, so these numbers are subject to change, and hopefully we can squeeze a few more inches out of this, but it just does not look like we're going to get that much. Okay, like I said, temperatures going back down in the next week as rain chances pick up and wind gusts picking up as well, especially by next Wednesday. And once again, it's going to be the Kittitas Valley that's going to see the brunt of the impacts, peak gusts between 40 to 45 miles per hour. But outside of the valley, still looking at gusts anywhere between 20 to 35 or 25 to 35 miles per hour. But these numbers are also subject to change. And with the winds picking up, that means a lot of particulates are going to be up in the air. It means that a lot of pollen is going to be up in the air. So over the next 5 days, we'll keep it in the medium to high category, with the top allergens continuing to be alder, birch, and juniper. So if that applies to you, have the allergy meds on standby. Okay, let's go ahead and let's take a look at our 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Another cool day on Friday, but noticeably warmer this weekend. In Yakima, highs to around 80 by Monday, then cooler and wetter again next week. In Ellensburg, tracking the potential for more wind gusts upwards of 45 miles per hour by next Wednesday. That's not enough to prompt an alert day, but still, that's several days out. We'll keep a close eye on things. And then for Hermiston, dry and warmer through Monday, then a pattern flip again by Tuesday. Finally, for Walla Walla, also tracking warmer and drier weather over the next 4 days, then a pretty good chance for showers and maybe even some thunderstorms getting into the mix by next week.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest here at 6:22, we have a first look at a familiar face brought back in a different way. A new film is using AI to recreate the likeness of the late Val Kilmer after his death. Hear how filmmakers made it happen and the questions the move is now raising. Your entertainment news after this.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because we're as committed to protecting your dreams as you are to taking care of them.
Looking good.
Bundle home and auto and save up to 40%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
It's time to see Walkers in a whole new way during the grand reopening sales event this week at all locations, as they showcase their newly remodeled stores with modern new looks and designs filled with fun new furniture items and beautiful outdoor furniture showrooms with outdoor patio sets and fire pits made for the Northwest. Plus, special financing is available, so you can get it today and pay for it over time. This week at all Walkers Furniture locations.
Gather the family and come on down to the 63rd Annual Parade of Gems, April 24th through the 26th in the Modern Living Building at the Fairgrounds. Our theme this year is Crafted in Stone, featuring sunstone carvings. See demonstrations on gold panning, wire wrapping, lapidary, and more. Dozens of vendors will be offering rock and mineral specimens from around the Northwest. There will be games, door prizes, plus amazing jewelry. Doors open at 10 a.m. for the 63rd Annual Parade of Gems, April 24th through the 26th at the Fairgrounds in Yakima.
This is National Foot and Ankle Health Awareness Month. After showering, dry and moisturize your feet to avoid infections. More information at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Prosser Orthopedic Center podiatrist Dr. Jerry Clifford is accepting new patients. This is how we care.
If your group or organization would like to receive job postings, contact our Human Resources Department, 509-735-8369 to request notices.
Apple Valley News Now open positions can be viewed on our website, AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
I depend on my car, so I take care of it with parts from RockAuto.com. Everything I need to know is at Rock Auto. My car isn't rare, but when I fix it myself, it's special.
All the parts your car will ever need, Rock Auto.
Get ready to feast at Legends Casino Hotel's ultimate all-you-can-eat seafood buffet. Dive into fresh Dungeness crab, wild Columbia River salmon, juicy prime rib, and much more. Taste it all every Thursday starting at 4 p.m.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because we're as committed to protecting your dreams as you are to taking care of them.
Looking good.
Bundle home and auto and save up to 40%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
This newscast sponsored by Multicare Yakima Memorial Hospital. Excellence you can trust.
Welcome back, everybody. In entertainment news here on your Friday, we're getting a first look at the digital likeness of the late Val Kilmer in a new trailer for an upcoming film.
Yeah, the Top Gun and Batman Forever actor was cast to play a role in As Deep as the Grave before he got sick and died from throat cancer last year. Filmmakers collaborated with Kilmer's estate and family to create the AI likeness. Check it out.
Don't fear the dead, and don't fear me.
As Deep as the Grave is a historical biopic that centers on the lives of the archaeologists who excavated the Canyon de Chelly in Arizona. Kilmer is portrayed as Father Fintan, a Native American spiritualist and Catholic priest.
Filmmakers used previously recorded videos, images, and audio to create the AI version of Kilmer. As Deep as the Grave is expected to be released later this year. What are your thoughts, Josh?
You don't want to hear my thoughts. Listen, here is a message to everyone out there. I do not want to be recreated as an AI person when I pass on to the other side. No, that's a big no-ski from this guy.
A big no-ski.
A big no-ski.
That sounds like a technical term.
Yes.
All right. So
it's in the bylaws.
It's in the bylaws of Josh Culbreth.
Yes.
Make sure you read the fine print. All right, your time is 6:28. Still ahead on Good Morning Northwest. A second chance for a critical school levy in Pasco after it just fell short. District leaders say confusion over ballot deadlines may have cost them the vote. This morning, a look at what they're hoping goes differently this time and how it will impact students. Plus, a major development project in Kennewick is also getting a second look. Leaders want to extend an agreement that shapes how Vista Field grows. What that means for the future of the area when we return.
Walla Walla Sweets Baseball has been a beacon of our community spirit for 16 seasons. But behind every swing and every catch lies a question: where do our players call home during the season? The answer is simple: with you, our incredible host families. It's more than just housing a player, it's about becoming part of their journey. Watching our players chase their dreams is incredibly rewarding. Become a host family and be part of something bigger than the game. Together, we are Walla Walla Sweets.
My moderate to severe Crohn's symptoms kept me out of the picture. With Skyrizi, feel significant symptom relief at 4 weeks. Many people were in remission at 12 weeks, at 1 year, and even at 4 years.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi.
Your special day starts with the one dress that makes everything else disappear. Adore Formal Wear and Bridal Boutique in Pasco carries wedding gowns, prom dresses, quinceañera gowns, something for every size, every style, every budget. The dress that was made for you shouldn't feel out of reach. Find yours at shopadoreformalwear.com.
Slow down, look around, and let your creative side lead the way. Experience small town life in Ellensburg, Washington. From crafted coffee and inspiring Main Street stays, to inventive cuisine, local wine, craft beer, locally curated shops, outdoor art, galleries, and the artists who shape this community. Get inspired and plan your creative escape with the Love Local Passport, a curated guide to Ellensburg's best. Download the Passport to plan your stay where creativity lives everywhere at myellensburg.com.
Confidence starts with feeling your best. At Revive Wellness in Kennewick, we combine medical expertise with a calm, elevated experience. With our direct primary care model, you get 24-hour access to your provider, same-day appointments, no wait time, and personalized care to fit your needs. Revive Wellness, care that builds confidence from the inside out. Book now at revivewellnessllc.net.
At Apple Valley News Now's Phase 3 Digital, we have the right message to grab attention and drive leads with strategies for your business to grow brands across the streaming apps you know best.
Plus, we have the local expertise that connects you with new customers in Central Washington, Northern Oregon, and the world.
Wherever your market is, whoever your market is, we'll get results that matter and build your business.
Phase 3 Digital from Apple Valley News Now. We know digital. Contact us today.
The NBA playoffs begin Saturday on ESPN and ABC.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning and happy Friday to you. Thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Wendy Redman. Your time is 6:32. Let's get you over to Josh Culbreth standing by with a few different things we need to talk about in weather today. But for sure, Josh, my eye is drawn right to that center tile you have there.
Yeah, I think that's the one we're definitely all the happiest about. But before that, we still have a potential for some frost and freezes for tonight. That potential is much, much, much lower as opposed to what it's been over the last couple nights. Yes, maybe around 80 degrees for lower elevations by the start of next week. And then temperatures going back down as rain chances come up, wind gusts picking back up as well for next Tuesday through Thursday. But first, let's go ahead and talk about that potential for freezes for tonight. And we'll start off by talking about the temperatures for this morning. It's 30 right now in Sunnyside, 28 for Yakima, 34 for the Tri-Cities. So the only place where it's consistently stayed below freezing for the past hour or so has been in the Yakima Valley, which is good. We don't want to see more of that. For today, highs for lower elevations are going to end up in the 50s and 60s. For tonight, if you plan on going out to Giza Stadium, I'll be throwing out the first pitch. Temperatures dropping down into the 40s and 50s throughout the span of the ball game, so just be sure that you are bundling up. For tonight, in general, overnight lows dropping down into the 30s. Pretty much all of us are going to be above 32 degrees, so that should curb that frost and freeze potential. But look at this, overnight lows going up into the 40s, corresponding with those highs trending up to around 80 by Monday. We'll talk about that coming up in a few minutes.
We begin this half hour of news with an education alert. This as the Pasco School District is taking another shot, asking voters to decide the future of a key funding levy. After falling short by just 59 votes in February, the district is putting the replacement levy back on the April ballot. Leaders stress this isn't a tax increase. It would continue existing funding that helps to pay for athletics, fine arts, and other programs the state doesn't fully cover. They say that money plays a major role in students' day-to-day experience. But last time around, they say confusion over ballot deadlines may have made the difference, with some votes arriving too late to count.
If you drop it in the mail, especially towards the end of the election period, that it has to go all the way to Spokane before it gets postmarked and then back to the Tri-Cities here. So it could actually be postmarked late, and that's actually what happened to a couple hundred or so ballots this last time.
District officials say they're encouraging voters to use ballot drop boxes this time around to make sure their votes are counted in time. In local business, the Port of Kennewick and the city are looking to keep things moving at Vista Field. They're working to extend a development agreement that basically sets the ground rules for how the area is built. We're talking about things like roads, infrastructure, and just overall design. The deal's been in place since 2018, and officials say it helps keep everything consistent while giving developers a clear game plan. Now they want to extend it another 10 years to keep projects on track and make the process a little smoother.
Then those people would have to go to the city and negotiate things like, okay, what is this project going to do to traffic? Does the person that buys a property from the port say, well, now we've got to go do a traffic study to show the city that we're going to put X number of vehicles on the streets?
Port leaders say having those details worked out ahead of time helps to avoid delays and makes it easier to bring new development to Vista Field. It's 6:35. Still ahead this morning. It's more than just flowers at one local plant sale. Students in Pasco are growing skills as well, raising money for their future. Where you can check it out and how you can support them just ahead.
This newscast sponsored by Multicare Yakima Memorial Hospital. Excellence you can trust.
Finally, spring is here at Northern Quest, and something big is blooming. It's the $70,000 Bloomin' Bounty giveaway. You could win $30 grand in cash and our 25th anniversary silver ticket that guarantees you a spot in any one of our upcoming grand prize drawings this year. So play daily with your Camas Rewards card to enter and earn 4 times entries every Tuesday to make your spring a lot greener. It's the $70,000 Bloomin' Bounty giveaway, only at Northern Quest.
Even if you have moderate to severe eczema, you can feel the rhythm, feel the flow, and Dupixent helps you feel the heal. It helps calm the key source of inflammation under the skin that can cause eczema. Some adults saw fast itch relief after the first dose and long-lasting clear skin at 1 year. Many even saw 90% clear skin. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Stay ahead of eczema and help heal your skin from within. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent today.
Bathfitter knows what you're looking for. The perfect style for your bath remodel with the look of tile you want. New textures, shapes, and styles. Works with your budget? Low maintenance. With no messy grout to clean. Quality and beauty that lasts, backed by a lifetime warranty. Sounds like Bathfitter styles are your match. And with new designs, now there's even more to love. Time to set a date. It just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some, gimme Some Bagels.
Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. His forecasts detail the microclimates in our area. He loves the challenge of weather science and bringing accurate forecasts home to you. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. Only one station. Apple Valley News Now.
On your side.
Next live from Vanderpump Villa, Lisa Vanderpump. Plus, Ben Allers, and we're cooking with Chef Eric Ripert.
I wish people at home could smell this.
I think they can.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It is time to talk those climate numbers, so let's go ahead and get right into that. So first off, we start off by talking about the seasonal rainfall numbers we've been tracking since October 1st. Rainfall surpluses for the Kittitas Valley and the Lower Columbia Basin. We do have some deficits for the Yakima Valley and for the Blue Foothills of Umatilla County, and we are just barely breaking even right now in Walla Walla. The water that's actually in the Yakima Basin in the reservoirs looking pretty good right now. We have 38% more than we typically would for the middle of April, but, and it's a big but, we just don't have the snowpack up in the mountains right now to replenish our reservoirs deeper into spring as we head into the summer months. So this looms very large right now as we have over 55% less snow than typical for this time of the year in the Cascades. And then the situation in the Blues is even worse. Already the reservoir levels at McKay Dam 32% below where they should be for this time of the year. That's surpassing the severe drought benchmark by 7 percentage points. And we have even less snow in the Blues as we have 75% less than normal. So these numbers, all of them are pretty concerning. Okay, let's pivot from climate to weather. High temperatures climbing up to around 80 degrees by Monday. Now for today, it's definitely not going to be around 80, closer to 60. Highs getting into the 50s and 60s. Lots of sunshine, some very subtle breezes out there. But before you know it, by Monday, up into the low 80s, that's going to be, we'll round up and we'll say 15 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. But temperatures going down next week as rain chances picking back up, winds picking back up as well. We'll talk about those coming up in a few minutes.
All right, Josh, so looking ahead today, a local event is helping to grow more than just plants. Spring planting season is here, but one plant sale in Pasco is doing more than just helping people spruce up their gardens. Students in the Professional Agriculture Student Organization, also known as PAS, are selling bedding plants, hanging baskets, and vegetable starts, as you see here, and they're all grown right on campus. But this isn't just about flowers. It's about funding hands-on learning and future careers in agriculture.
The CBC Agriculture program has a lot of different opportunities for students. One of them involves getting a horticulture, hydroponic, and greenhouse management certificate.
I've definitely grown a lot as a person and as a student in agriculture, especially a woman in agriculture, getting out here and talking to my community.
The sales today from 9 to 1 at the CBC campus greenhouse, and it is open to the public. It's 6:42. Up next, we have your morning sprint. Everything you need to know before you head out the door on your Friday. Here's a live look from Ellensburg this morning. We have some great weather ahead, but we also have to talk about some rain chances. Find out when those could return after this.
It's time to see Walkers in a whole new way during the grand reopening sales event this week at all locations as they showcase their newly remodeled stores with modern new looks and designs filled with fun new furniture items and beautiful outdoor furniture showrooms with outdoor patio sets and fire pits made for the Northwest. Plus, special financing is available so you can get it today and pay for it over time. This week at all Walkers Furniture locations.
You need auto parts? Don't waste time. Rock Auto has all you need on one screen. Compare brands, see customer favorites, ask a friend for advice. Online shopping done right.
All the parts your car will ever need, Rock Auto.
Slow down, look around, and let your creative side lead the way. Experience small town life in Ellensburg, Washington. From crafted coffee and inspiring Main Street stays, to inventive cuisine, local wine, craft beer, locally curated shops, outdoor art, galleries, and the artists who shape this community. Get inspired and plan your creative escape with the Love Local Passport, a curated guide to Ellensburg's best. Download the Passport to plan your stay where creativity lives everywhere at myellensburg.com.
The little pill with a big story to tell.
Jardiance plays a role in my story, too.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well with Jardiance, a once-daily pill that helps lower my A1C. It works 24/7 in the body to flush out some sugar.
And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death, too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine and infection between and around the anus and genitals. Both may be fatal. Severe allergic reactions, dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections in men and women, and low blood sugar. Stop taking and tell your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, rash, swelling, trouble breathing or swallowing. Tell your doctor about lightheadedness, weakness, fever, pain, tenderness, redness, or swelling between the anus and genitals. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
Jardiance is a little pill with a big story to tell. And if you ask me, it's pretty swell. Action!
Confidence starts with feeling your best. At Revive Wellness in Kennewick, we combine medical expertise with a calm, elevated experience. With our direct primary care model, you get 24-hour access to your provider, same-day appointments, no wait time, and personalized care to fit your needs. Revive Wellness, care that builds confidence from the inside out. Book now at revivewellnessllc.net.
STCU and Apple Valley News Now honor local volunteers by sharing their stories and donating $1,000 to their favorite charities. Click on contests at applevalleynewsnow.com to nominate someone who's making a difference in Benton and Franklin counties.
Mariners, Rangers, first pitch at 6:40 tonight on Apple Valley News Now. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Rain chances picking up as we head into next week. That's going to drop temperatures back down. Wind gusts going to come back up as well. So this is the culprit. Actually, this right here, this high pressure, this is why we're going to be so dry over the next 4 days. Temperatures are going to be warming up as well. So this is really not the culprit. It's some of this stuff that's building back up in the Pacific. Eventually, we're going to succumb to that, and the rain chances go up and the temperatures go down and the wind gusts pick up. First, let's talk about the rain chances. They're not really popping off the page here, but 10 to 20% chances from Tuesday through Thursday in the Yakima Valley. Here's a look at some of the rainfall totals we're expecting from 5 p.m. on Tuesday to 5 in the morning on Thursday. And it looks like the valley's not going to get that much at all, 0.2 to 0.3 inches for the basin, which it would actually be pretty beneficial stuff. And then around, if not a little bit more than a half an inch of rainfall for the Blue Foothills, which would be very beneficial. And then around an inch of moisture up in the mountains, specifically for the Blues. Now, some of that will fall in the form of snowfall, but not that much. We're looking at a couple inches of snow for Oregon 204 at Tollgate, less than an inch for Snoqualmie Pass and White Pass. Now, this is still, 5 to 7 days out. These numbers are subject to change, but the early signals are not encouraging. Okay, then the wind gusts picking up specifically for Wednesday. And once again, it's going to be the poor Kittitas Valley that'll see the bulk of the strongest winds, peak gusts between 40 to 45 miles per hour. Outside of the valley, we're looking at gusts between 25 to 35 miles per hour. But these numbers also subject to change. And with the winds looming, that means that pollen particulates are going to be flying around the air, so we'll keep the pollen counts in that medium to high category over the next 5 days. It looks like the worst days are going to be Friday, Saturday, and Tuesday, but these forecasts can change pretty quickly. The top allergens continue to be alder, birch, and juniper. And like I've been saying all spring long, if that applies to you, have the allergy meds on standby. Here is the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Another cool day on Friday, but noticeably warmer this weekend. And Yakima highs to up around 80 degrees by Monday, then cooler and wetter again next week. In Ellensburg, tracking the potential for more wind gusts upwards of 45 miles per hour by next Wednesday. Not enough to be an alert day as of yet. We'll keep a close eye on that. And then for Hermiston, dry and warmer through Monday, then a pattern flip again by Tuesday. And finally for Walla Walla, also tracking warmer and drier weather over the next 4 days. Then a pretty good chance for showers, maybe even some thunderstorms in the mix as well by next week. Now let's head out to New York.
This morning's GMA First Look, Lynette Hooker's loved ones arrive in the Bahamas.
We were also wondering and asking why Brian left after he said, hey, I'm going to stay here until I find my wife.
Carly Aylesworth, Lynette's daughter, and Carly's boyfriend Steve telling us they were surprised to learn Brian Hooker left the Bahamas less than 48 hours after being released from custody. This morning, Steve is speaking out to GMA, telling us he and Carly gave a statement to Bahamian police and remain cautiously optimistic.
they're just not releasing information because it's an ongoing investigation, which we understand. We're just a little, we seem frustrated because of the fact that we haven't found her yet, and we would hope by now we would have.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have the very latest on the search for Lynette Hooker. With your GMA First Look, I'm Victor Oquendo, ABC News, Miami.
LeafGuard has been lab tested to handle up to 32 inches of rainfall an hour. The others don't compare with LeafGuard's one-piece design, exclusive big mouth and oversized downspouts. Plus, LeafGuard has earned the Good Housekeeping seal 20 years in a row. Call today and receive 10% off a complete LeafGuard system, 9 months zero interest financing, and receive a free $50 gift card with estimate. But call during this program for our double savings sale. Double your savings from 10 to 20% off a complete LeafGuard system. Double the financing to 18 months zero interest, senior and military discounts. Plus double your free gift to a $100 gift card with your free in-home estimate. Call 1-800-330-1648. The first 50 homeowners who call will receive a vacation voucher with LeafGuard purchase. Let me give you that number again, 1-800-330-1648.
Now, the morning sprint.
At 6:50 in national headlines, singer David has been arrested in connection with the murder of a teen whose decomposing body was found in the trunk of a Tesla. Los Angeles police say the 21-year-old singer, whose real name is David Burke, is being held without bail. The body of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez was found in September of last year, following reports of a foul odor coming from the impounded Tesla. The vehicle, registered to Burke, was found abandoned in the Hollywood Hills. Hernandez was 13 years old when she had been reported missing in April of 2024. Police say investigators will present the case to the district attorney's office for consideration of charges. In a statement, his attorneys say Burke has only been detained under suspicion and that the evidence will show he did not murder Hernandez. In business headlines this morning, the eco-friendly shoemaker Allbirds says it's becoming an AI company. That's right, footwear to tech. Allbirds sold its footwear assets and branding to a brand management company last month. Now the company says it's changing its name to Newbird AI and essentially will rent computing power to tech startups. An SEC filing shows it also won't focus as much on the environment. Investors seem to love the idea, with the stock soaring well over 600% on Wednesday. In health news, Gatorade is getting a makeover. PepsiCo says it wants the brand to maintain dominance amid increased competition. The revamp is focused on marketing Gatorade to more people than just athletes. One planned change is the removal of synthetic dyes from some flavors. Gatorade also is trying to become more portable and is working on a longer-lasting option. Talking science now, researchers say a fossil found in South Africa proves for the first time that mammal ancestors laid eggs. The fossil belongs to a tightly curled embryo of Lystrosaurus. That's a mammal ancestor famous for surviving an extinction event more than 250 million years ago, known as the Great Dying. Researchers found the Lystrosaurus's embryo's jaws were not completely fused. That trait is only found in the embryos of modern birds and turtles, and the study's lead author says it proves the Lystrosaurus embryo had been inside an egg when it died. Now to the top 5 local things you need to know this morning. A Walla Walla man is behind bars, accused in a serious child abuse case involving a 3-month-old. Police say the infant was brought to the hospital with significant injuries, prompting an immediate investigation. Detectives arrested 27-year-old Dallas Granger, who is now facing 5 counts of child assault. Authorities say the investigation is still ongoing as they continue working with child welfare officials to ensure the baby's safety. Work zone speed cameras across Washington are already slowing drivers down, but soon those warnings will come with fines. State officials say speeding in construction zones has dropped significantly since the program began. Starting July 1st, first-time offenders will face a $125 fine, with repeat violations costing even more as officials push for safer roads. Yakima City leaders are taking action to protect children from dangerous drug exposure. A new ordinance now makes it a gross misdemeanor to expose a child to controlled substances, including fentanyl. Violators could face up to 364 days in jail and a $5,000 fine. 1 year after a major shakeup at the Franklin County Jail, tensions are still running high. Now, a new report shows the jail has regained full accreditation and reduced use of force incidents. But Sheriff Jim Raymond continues to push back, saying the changes have created operational challenges and safety concerns. County leaders say the numbers show progress, but the disagreement between both sides remains unresolved. Looking ahead today, spring planting season is here and students in Pasco are putting their skills to work. The agriculture program is hosting a plant sale featuring flowers, vegetables, and hanging baskets, all grown right on campus. The sale runs today from 9 to 1 and is open to the public, offering a chance to support students while getting ready for the season. Trending this morning, a rare Titanic artifact will be on the block this weekend. UK auction house Henry Aldridge & Son says it's the only survivor's life jacket ever to go up for auction.
The same life jacket was auctioned in 2007 for about $140,000. This time around, the jacket is expected to bring in up to $474,000. Wow.
Yeah. My goodness, the company says then 22-year-old first-class passenger Laura Mabel Francatelli wore it. The Titanic is infamous, as you know, for sinking on its maiden voyage, and that was about 114 years ago.
And the anniversary of that was just a few days ago, happened on April 14th.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, wow.
And so, yeah, that was just a few days back.
Oh, my goodness. And looking at that life jacket, it is, interesting to see how technologies have changed over the years as well. So, yeah, definitely.
And it saved her life, obviously. Yeah. So, what a story, and cha-ching.
Wow. I know, almost 500 grand. We'll see what it actually goes for. All right, what are we going for in the weather?
Yeah, we are going for 80 degrees on Monday, not for today. Let's go ahead and take a look at those temperatures. Yeah, it still feels like, yes, it's spring, but bit of a winter feel out there this morning. 28 in Yakima. Just as I said that, it went up to 32, 34 for the Tri-Cities, 41 in Walla Walla. Your day planner for this Friday for the Tri-Cities, a beautiful day, lots of sunshine, highs getting into the 60s. And so for today, in general, across the map for lower elevations, highs getting into the 50s and 60s, lots of sunshine. Some residual breezes today left over from yesterday, definitely nothing like the winds we saw yesterday. Could have a bit of a frost or freeze potential again for tonight, but that potential is going to be much lower as opposed to what we just saw last night. High temperatures up around 80 by Monday. It's going to be like 70 Saturday, 75 Sunday, 80 Monday. That's a pretty good rule of thumb. Rain chances picking up into next week as temperatures dropping down and wind gusts picking back up for next week as well.
Because why not?
Because why not?
Because they're back.
Yes.
All right, but we'll definitely look forward to those 80 degrees. I know I will. All right, Josh, thanks so much, and thank you for joining us here on your Friday. Hoping you have a great weekend.
Yeah, Good Morning America is up next. We'll be back with your local news and weather tonight at 5. Also, the Mariners play right here on the Apple Valley News Now. Pre-game at 6:10, first pitch at 6:40. Take care.